Nice. It failed. The provided source code is written in Python and appears to be a simple script. Here's a breakdown of what the code's doing right. It's okay. So they're testing my code for the senior. Hey, it passed. Talking to an engineer, a friend of mine, and he was like, really, if you're not on a team in a specific job, if you're not at that level yet, you're never really getting anyone reviewing your code. So I was like, okay, why not make a code review buddy using all this AI magic that's happening now, and do some code llama prompting as you code. So pretty much the idea is going to make a watcher. I'm Jared, by the way. Hi. Like, subscribe, join the Discord. But anyway, the general idea is we're gonna set up a server that, well, it's really gonna be a client that's gonna be running in the background and using a server that we're gonna expose in Colab in front of our code llama to analyze your code and pretty much just say, hey, this is what's wrong with it, and provide other examples. And as you code, it's going to watch for code changes. And I'm thinking we're going to just have it's going to be running, it's just going to be logging out the current state and clearing out the terminal and showing the state, almost like when you see when you're running Webpack or something, how it's just always showing you this fresh page in the terminal. Yeah, let's do it. First things first. So what's this actually going to do? We have to watch a directory. So we're going to assume we're going to input the folder that we want to watch. And every time there's a file change, then get the file change and do our code review. So it's actually fairly simple. We need a watcher. We need to have a watcher. For now, I'm just going to set up the classes here. And this is going to be what watches the files. I'm going to use this thing called Watchdog that I was just researching. That I never used before, but it should be pretty simple. And we're going to initialize stuff here. The way it should work is you just say senior engineer, and then you just give it the folder. So it's like my repo. And then it just watches it. First things first, let's get argparse and then get our args. If you don't know, argparse is a Python library for getting arguments. We're going to add our arguments. That looks like a positional argument. So repo is going to be repository. So we're going to add an optional argument, and this is going to be, we want one for Colab. And this is going to be link to the Colab ngrok URL. Because I'm just making that a thing to just use I've done it on so many streams where I have the Colab ngrok URL that it's just a thing now. For now, that's it. And then we'll run this with the Colab, the repository. By the way, the Colab's super simple. It's going to make the watcher now. We got to initialize a watcher. So this is going to be our watcher. And then we're going to initialize a watcher. And then we're going to have the folder here. And what this is going to do, and we're just going to pass the repository as the folder. And then what this is going to do is we're going to watch. I'm thinking, I actually don't know how this works, Watchdog. So we have to look at how Watchdog works a little bit. Let's just have a watch command function right here. Oh yeah, we gotta import stuff. Let's import all this. Always take code from documentation. Anyway, so we want to read the contents of the file, get the file name, get the prompt, and make the call to Colab. We have to read the contents of the file, get the file name, we have to make the prompt. So let's actually have a class for our prompts, code review prompt. That's a good way to put it, code review prompt. And then we're going to pass in the source code. Okay, so you are a software engineer bot. Your role is to review source code and critically review, give a breakdown on what the code is doing right and wrong. You must follow the rules below. So if we're going to tell it to follow solid principles, go through the solid principles real quick. Single responsibility principle. That's the S in solid. There should never be more than one reason for a class to change. In other words, every class should have one responsibility. Open closed principle. Software entities should be open for extension but closed for modification. Okay, cool. So those are the solid principles. So we're going to tell it to prioritize the solid principles and to prioritize dry. Actually, let's just look at a list of. We want to say dry, and we want it to tell it to keep it kiss code. Yeah, don't repeat yourself. Let's just do those three. All right. So in the prompt, ensure that the source code, the given source code, follows the KISS principles. Okay, no. First, determine whether or not the source code follows all of these critiques, all of these parameters, these rules. If it does, then give it a pass, a LGTM. If it does not, list out everything it did wrong in an itemized list. And then the user will provide source code in the format below. Now we finally now go up to our senior engineer. So let's actually just reconnect to Colab. Request. We're going to post JSON. And cool. So we'll do this and that's it. And then we pass up the prompt. All right. Now let's modify a file. Let's modify test.py. Okay, we're generating results. We just printed something, so we don't really need to get our code review. Okay, it says here the code is written in a more Pythonic style by using the built-in print function rather than printing the string using std. Right? Wait, what? Oh, sys.stdout.write. Additionally, the code. Wow, it's been super verbose. Oh, look, it returned an LGTM. So you know what? We're not going to show these messages. And this is good because it didn't overthink things. Beautiful. Beautiful. Honestly, it did a code review. Let's up the ante a little bit. Let's actually make our logs a little better. So let's get another code review. I'm going to modify this file. I'm just going to add a space. Oh, it said looks good to me. Hey, the code I just wrote just passed. It just passed. They said looks good to me. The given code adheres to KISS, solid, dry, and clean principles, and it's well documented. It's not well documented. It says the code style is consistent with the PEP 8 guide for Python and Google Java. It's not Google JavaScript style guide. Additionally, the code follows the programming language conventions. The code checks for the file name and directory and initializes the custom event handler class with the file extension is called whenever there's a change. Oh, it actually knows what the file's doing. That's pretty cool. It reads the file. Oh, it's like saying what the code's doing very well. Here's the negative comments. The code needs improvements in the readability and commenting. The code lacks comments and readability Code. Hey, I just passed my own code review, or the AI's code review. It said I need to comment my code. So we want to have a way of logging. So whenever we have an output or a file change, we want to actually this log function they have here is not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Okay, so let's actually put this Stack Overflow in a file. Let's actually tag the Stack Overflow. I don't do that a ton. So we made a file change to test pi. Oh, we have another error. Let's fix the error. Self.review queue. Okay. Rerun it. Just a file that prints. We're just testing on a file that prints. Okay, got a file change. And it's just file passed. It just said test pi passed. I like how it's green too. Nice. Nice. So let's go. So we broke this code on purpose, and we're getting a code review for the file. So let's see what our senior engineer has to say. It fucking passed. The file's broken and it passed. Let's try again. Should not pass. You know why? Because I'm checking if it says I need to be like, do not generate LGTM if the code isn't good. It passed again. Oh, I gotta dedupe the response. Do not reply respond with LGTM if the code is not good enough to pass. See if it gets our broken code and it passes it. Nice. Nice. It failed. The provided source code is written in Python and appears to be a simple script. Here's a breakdown of what the code's doing right. It's okay. But here's a few things that could be improved. Code does not have a proper shebang. It says it's using tabs. Oh. It says it's using the print instead of the print statement. Okay. That's not a good code review. Bad code review bot. You were doing good before. When it gets bad code, it's like confused. Okay, so let's go run the code logger. Okay. Nice. It did not pass code review. They say it doesn't clearly reflect the content of the file. An appropriate name. They don't like the file name. They're like logger util or colored logger. The use of logging module is not justified as all that is being done is colorizing the output. The standard. Oh, that's actually a good point. The custom formatter class is not following the KISS principle as it is attempting to do too much work. Yeah, this is actually a good code review. Just being real. So one is passing, one is not. You see how it's re-rendering this screen and it's giving me the errors below and it's giving me the one that's good at the top. Okay, so let's get this one. Oh, all right, let's make a code change. So they're testing my code for the senior. Hey, it passed. The color logger wasn't passing. See if it makes it not pass again. Yeah, it pass this time. I mean, I need to make it stricter. That's really the problem. I'm not making it strict enough, so it's like passing sometimes, not passing. Okay. You must be very strict. Let's see if it doesn't pass this one. I want to get another fail. It's like I don't think it's being strict. It's definitely not being strict. Yeah, it passed this one too. Let's just keep asking it to. Oh, this one failed. Okay, which it did fail before. Okay, so why did this one fail? So these went. Oh, I gotta add a new line there. So these are good, and the other one isn't. It knows what the code's doing, which is awesome. Nice. Here's a breakdown of the code. The class has a few class variables that define. Nice. Format dictionary should have a better name as format map. Okay, yeah. Let's load this up with a ton of requests and see if this breaks. Yeah, nice, nice. Like it's good. It should mostly pass stuff, right? But we gotta tell it to be more critical. It's giving good results. This one actually, okay, cool. This one broke. Yeah, this one, nice, nice, nice. So it says it violates the dry principle by having multiple copies of the same formatted code. Yeah, it's kind of true. They want me to de-dry this, so they want me to make a variable for this. Let's update our code, right? I don't know what to call that. So they had a problem with some of our code, right? So let's fix it. Oh, it passed code review. Nice. No, but here's the problem: is I don't know. It's not like consistent. It's not consistent. But okay, okay, code reviewer, you got me. You got me. This is working. This is working. This is cool. Um, yeah, this one's like it's like sometimes really critical, and then sometimes it isn't. Um, I gotta find a way to make this more consistent. But overall, this actually works pretty well, and it's pretty fast. You just gotta run this in Colab, and it should work. So, all right, you have yourself a senior engineer, buddy. Okay, guys, I'll see ya.